Welcome. How are you? I'm so glad to be live with you today. Today, I want to share with you about 5D manifestation. Now, this is something that I've been teaching, or I've started teaching last year on my YouTube channel after really having my 5D awakening. And if you are watching this right now, it's because you are actually ready for the expansion and the next level growth and to transcend the way that you have been creating and designing in your life and business. So, what is 5D manifestation? 5D manifestation is about manifesting from the 5D consciousness. And I want to start by sharing you what is the difference between the 3D manifestation, the 4D manifestation, and the 5D manifestation, and how probably you're stuck because you are manifesting from the 4D, and how this is actually still a limitation, and how you can actually completely quantum leap shift your reality even without doing anything, just by understanding 5D manifestation. Yes, and I know this works because I have used it in my life. I have applied this, and my result, my life completely changed. My relationship with money completely shifted since these codes came through me. So, first of all, what is 5D manifestation? 5D manifestation is manifesting from the state of oneness. Now, there's 3D manifestation. In the 3D manifestation, especially when it comes to abundance and money, you are taught that you have to work hard, you have to show up, you have to do the things like work, discipline, all of these things in order to succeed. So success or money is as a function of your effort. So if you don't put in any effort, and if there's no effort, there is not going to be abundance. And this is the 3D rule of the matrix. It is literally masculine that's ruled and controlled by masculine energy, right? Which is the energy of do, hustle, do. And the harder you work, the more you do, the more you're gonna succeed. So most people in the world are actually functioning from that place, and they are manifesting from that consciousness. And in this consciousness, most people are like, things are just happening to me. You just know that you are actually, life is just happening. Money is just coming to you. You're just receiving money. If you give, then money is going to come through you. If you do enough and you hustle enough, then money is going to come. So our relationship in money here, it's almost like you are in the state of feeling like money will come to you, right? So because the 3D consciousness is a to me consciousness, it's more like a victim consciousness where you think that everything is happening to you and there's nothing you can do to change it. But then we move into the 4D consciousness, which is the 4D consciousness is about happening by me, where you start realizing that, hey, life is not happening to me, life is happening by me. Like I am creating my reality, and most of the time through my thoughts, my feelings, my actions, and my energy. So when somebody move into this 4D consciousness, and the way you are trying to manifest money is by shifting your beliefs, shifting your emotions, shifting your energy, changing your frequency in order to be a match for money. Now, why this might be different from the 3D masculine energy work of creating success and manifesting money, it is still the metrics in disguise, because most people talk about the metrics and we talk about the 3D metrics, but there's also a 4D metrics, because the 4D is the dimension of the mind, right? Is the plane of the mind, the imagination, thoughts, energy, the quantum physics, what quantum physics called, especially in quantum mechanics. It's not quite the real thing yet, right? So in this dimension, you are actually hustling, not hustling in the doing, but hustling to be good enough. You're working on your limiting belief, you're changing your programming, you are constantly trying to raise your vibration in order to match what you want. It's almost like you're on this hustle and grind energy of, let me shift my limiting belief, let me raise my vibration, let me visualize my goal, vision board, on all of these things. So in essence, why this works, it works easier and faster than the three-dimensional way of creating, because it's actually a realm, and it works. But the thing with this way of manifesting and creating money or seeing money is that you still are functioning from separation, and there's still a lot of effort required. There's still a lot of effort in order to prove that you are good enough. It's almost like you still believe that money is something on the outside of you. It's out there, and you have to work on your limiting belief, release your trauma, release your pain in order to be good enough to receive it. So it's almost like there's a part of you that is still trying. All right, I'm back. So it's almost like there's a part of you that is still trying to prove itself, and in order to be good enough to actually manifest or attract the wealth or the money that you desire. So why this might look like, oh, I'm raising my frequency, I'm becoming, it's almost still again from the consciousness of I am separate from money, I'm not good enough for money, I don't yet have what it takes to attract money, so I need to hustle, I need to heal enough, subconscious my limiting belief enough, I need to prove myself enough, I need to do something to be good enough in order to receive the money and attract the money. So it's almost like there's still a performance energy. That's the first thing. And because there's performance energy, there's effort. And the truth is, most people, you visualize your next level, you remove this, you heal, you're doing all of this thing just to be able to manifest money. But then, so it works, and even the 3D metrics works, but it's just the level of effort that each of these dimensions comes with, because they are less dense, and because they are less dense, they require more energy and more effort and more hustling. But then when you are ascending into the 5th dimension, for those of you who have awakened to the oneness, to the consciousness of oneness, the truth is that you realize that your soul, at the soul level, you really don't desire to perform anymore. You really don't desire to attract money by efforting. Like, it's like you don't really even desire that you want to attract money, because though attracting money might sound sweet and soft, it is still the ego in disguise, because it's still wanting something on the outside of you that you believe that you are not, right? So why in the 5D, as you awake and ascend in your consciousness, which is what happened to me, realize that, hey, you are one with all things. And it's not a mental experience. It's not something you learn from the book. It's not even something you hear. It's something you embody. And because you are embodied in this, right? And because you are embodied in this and you are feeling it in your body, that, hey, it's not just that, oh, I'm one with God, I'm one with all things. You actually have a physical experience. And once you have had a physical experience of your oneness with all things and your interconnection with all things, you realize that everything that you're trying to manifest is not on the outside of you. It's not even in you. It is who you already are. And this is what shifts everything. This is the first code. The first code is remembering your oneness with all things. It's like you are one with everything that you're looking for. If you are desiring first money, if you're desiring to unlock your next level of income in your business, and you still see like money is something out there, it's something I need to get, it's something I need to manifest, it's something I need to attract, you are still seeing it through the lens of separation. And guess what? Separation is the root belief and core trick of the ego. So the ego has 4 main ways it expresses itself, and separation is one of the ways that expresses itself to get you to think that you are separate from money. Hello, Angela. To get you to think that you are separate from money, you and money are not one. Money is something on the outside of you that you need to chase, you need to look for, you need to work for, you need to be good enough to get it. And because money is something on the outside of you that you need to work and look for and be good enough to get it, you have to actually raise your energy. So though it looks like you're raising your energy, you're visualizing, you're shifting, you're becoming, you're doing things, taking action to become that version of you, you are still functioning from separation. And separation gives birth to lack. Separation gives birth to scarcity. Scarcity in itself is a product of separation. When we feel that we are separate from anything that we think we are desiring, we then are going to function and lead from this place of wanting it because we believe we are not yet it. And when you function in this dimension of separation, seeing that you are separate from money and money is not yet what you already are, you're going to have this thing of I need to get. And in the 5th dimension, we don't try to get money. We don't even attract money. You remember that you are money. You are one with money. And this is what I want to remind you, like, you are one with money. There's no separation between you and money. There's no separation between you and everything that you are looking for. You already are it. So if you already are it, then why is it not expressed in your external universe? Well, it's probably because of the contradictions that you hold that are in contradiction to this truth. The contradiction within you that don't align with this truth, the part of you that contradict this truth. And this truth is not understood with the mind. Because here's the thing, the mind in itself and your body is part of the ego. And you can't use the ego to understand spirit. In order for you to fully understand spirit, the ego and the mind itself has to be taken out of the picture. Which is why this is not just something you hear, it's something that your soul has codes that need to awaken and be activated in order to remember. Because it's not a mental thing that you hear. You can hear, and I bet maybe this is not the first time you hear, oh, you're one with all things, or you're the creator, right? But it doesn't work by hearing, because the mind in itself is part of the ego. And when we step in the 5th dimension, the ego completely dies, and the ego completely no longer exists, and we completely disidentify with the ego, and the ego becomes a servant to spirit, right? The ego no longer leads, the ego no longer determines what we can or can't do, and we are no longer using the ego, which the mind in itself is part of, to actually walk and function. So because I remember that I am one with money, I don't need to change my limiting belief or raise my frequency in order to attract money, because the limiting beliefs I'm trying to actually remove are in the ego. You see what I mean? The healing you're trying to do is in the ego. Now, is it important then that you have to actually heal and release the limiting belief in order to actually remember? Yes, because most of the time, these things actually blocked your cell's ability to remember and your body's ability to remember. But then when you are able to fully remember your oneness with all things, and you are at the space or at the state where you have done the healing, you have done the mindset, you are even spiritual, you know these things in your mind, you know that, okay, I am one with all things, but then your physical reality is not showing that. It's not about knowing more. It's not even about knowing. That's why it's not about you hearing this truth. It's you being awakened to it. It's you being awakened to your oneness with wealth. It's you being awakened to your oneness with money. And that doesn't happen by information, by the mind. It doesn't happen by logic, by you hearing this with your mind. Because when you hear your mind, you are hearing with the ego. And you can't use the ego to unplug from the ego. In order for you to completely, totally disidentify with the ego, you have to be soul. So it's a soul level work. It's not about changing your mind. It's not even about healing your trauma. It's about activating the remembrance within you to see that you are not separate from money. And these codes, the codes that I'm going to be sharing with you in the 5D money codes, are the codes that are going to activate this remembrance within you. They are going to activate you at the soul level. It's not for the mind. It's not even for trauma for the body. It's the remembrance that you remember your oneness with money. That money is not just paper. Money is not just a spirit, like a fractal spirit out there. Money is a spirit that is the same spirit as you. You and money are one. And now from that place of completely remembering your oneness with it, how do you let it express itself through you? Because here's the thing, though I use the word manifestation in this, right? We don't really manifest in the 5D. We simply express, we simply remember that we are already everything, and we let it through us. So you exist as money, and you let money express itself through you. And this is not a mental thing that you're going to hear and be like, okay, the codes are already within you, but the forgetting, the veil of forgetting has covered them, and it's about activating. In 5D money codes, we are going to reawaken and reactivate these codes within you. So this is a 5 days program. I'm going to be dropping these 5 codes, and the goal is to awaken your remembrance, your oneness with money. And when you start existing and living as money, imagine if you truly Every fiber of your being, believe, not just believe with the mind. I don't even want to use the word believe because that's the ego. If you truly were walking and navigating life as money that you already are, how would you show up? How would your energy be? What would be possible for you? How would you experience abundance? What would all of that be possible? And this is all what we are going to be unlocking for you in 5D Money Code. So it's not about, oh, come manifest, raise your frequency. No. It's not about come shift your limiting belief, heal your trauma. No. Because all of that is still focusing on the ego. And the more you focus on the ego and you give energy to the ego, the more you amplify the ego. The more you focus on healing, changing the mind, the more you amplify the ego in this sense, especially in the sense of making money or attracting or expressing wealth. So if you are ready for this level of transformation, this is not about come and make 500K cash month strategy work. This is about deep soul level work. It's soul activation, soul remembrance, soul awakening, and soul ascension in this program. So we are going beyond the ego, beyond the mind, beyond trauma, beyond the past. And I'm activating you with these codes. DM me codes or you drop codes in the chat below in order to get a spot. It's just 5 spots for 5 people. And I was told it's 5 codes for 5 people and 5 only. So we are going to be starting next week. So if you feel called, if you feel it in your body that this is the next level you are ready to unlock and that you are ready to get out of the performance, healing, mindset loop and finally step into your divine remembrance and divine union with wealth and remember your union with wealth, then this program is from you. Again, DM codes or you can drop in the comment codes and I'm going to send you the link with all the details. Now, sending you so much love and I look forward to seeing you inside Money Codes. You are not the ego. You're not the mind. You're not the body. You're not the trauma. You are soul and you are not just a soul. You are awakening and remembering the truth. Sending you lots of love and light.